This is the tweet that I put out this morning about an hour into the trade day. And now this is August 28, 2024. Date and timestamp. It is almost 1:30 p.m. Central Standard Time as I record this. This was the tweet from this morning. A reminder, the three keys that I watch for short-term stock price action, not just for NIO, but any stock: trade volume, fails to deliver, and sentiment. Now, the trade volume is bigger than average today, and I noticed it right away with NIO. So 1 hour into the trade day on August 28, 2024, Alibaba, NIO Stock, and that's EHang, were all down. My thought was, will we see another big FTD spike for NIO in September from August? And that was because I was already seeing bigger volume for NIO than we've seen recently. Also, the southbound connect, is that going to be impactful or not in the short term for Alibaba? More on those in just a second. The short watch continues, but here's what I put a little bit later. This is a tweet that I put out. Big money, is that you buying cheap today? NIO recent average daily trade volume, approximately 36 million shares traded. So recently, that's what we would see on a typical daily volume. And yet 2.5 hours into this trade day, there were about 33 million shares traded. And if we now jump to real time, we're at over 47 million shares traded for this day. And again, it's not quite 1:30 as I'm recording this Central Standard Time. So there's still an hour and a half plus left in the trade day. This is one of those things that could be an indicator. Big money, I don't expect them to pay premium pricing. They're going to want this thing down when they're buying. So I'm curious, with a big delivery number, probably another 20,000 August monthly delivery number about to come in, and then what I think will be the strongest earnings we've seen to date from NIO September 5th. And also with the backdrop of a broader market volatility. And I talked about that in this video that I released Sunday night. In fact, if you haven't watched it, you should probably check it out, because I nerded out quite a bit and gave you a lot of things to think about and look at, including EHang, Alibaba, NIO, all being shorted by the same company, which is one of the reasons I was kind of tracking all of those today. And when I saw that all three were down, but two were down on low volume, NIO is down on big volume, I was just kind of thinking and curious as to whether or not this could be big money. This is something we'll track moving forward. This remains a long-term play for me, but the short-term stock price level that I was watching for NIO stock, which again, I released this Sunday night so that it would be out before the trade week started, as I expected, and still think we're not done with broader market volatility, was $3.60. And where are we right now? As of recording, $3.69. I just wanted to update people what I'm watching, what I'm thinking, just a little of it. There's a much bigger, broader picture and a lot more that I dig into that I don't share. However, this is sort of impactful if we see bigger volume. And again, since I have it on screen, I'll show you. This is when NIO stock made its big move. Two things were going on. The fails to deliver had dropped off, and we had big average trade, like daily trade volume. I think it was 80 to 100 million shares traded daily for a lot of the days over the course of these months. So one of the things I expect is if shorts are going to let this thing go, and I don't know if that's going to happen, but I would expect them to get their positions cheap, low, and soon if they're going to let it go. But I don't know if they're going to. So, and if the daily trade volume comes back down and doesn't remain up, for example, we saw EHang had good earnings, trade volume spiked. The price went up, I think 30% or plus, even more than that. But now it's kind of going back down again, trade volume. So if it isn't maintained, then shorts could remain in control. So these are just some of the things that I'm thinking and watching sort of all the time. I don't often speak on them, hence me deciding to nerd out a little more than normal and share that today. So have a great day. And I'll link that video, that longer one, with all the timestamps. You can jump around. You don't have to watch it straight through if you don't want to. But I'm curious as to whether or not big money is buying today NIO stock. Let's see what happens. Thanks. Have a great day. I'll see y'all again very soon.